What a green day for the stock market today, guys. We got to break it down in this video. We're going to go over what I bought today, stocks I'm looking at, and of course, what the markets in general are doing. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your water, and let me know in the comments what country you're watching this video from. And if you're in the U.S., what state are you watching this video from? Let me know in the comments and hit that like button while you're at it. And let's dive into the video, guys. So today was a great green day. It was a great green day overall. Nice relief rally day. We had the Russell up over 3%, and we had the NASDAQ, the Dow, and the S&P. All of these, pretty much all, each of them up about 2%, as the VIX went down about 7.5% on the day, and we saw the metals explode. Silver went up 3%, gold up 2%, and, excuse me, guys, in a couple of minutes here, we're going to see Bitcoin and Ethereum, which both of those are up as well. So pretty much a green day all across the board today, which it's a rare thing to say these days. I haven't been saying that much lately, but today was one of those days where we had a green day pretty much all across the board. And you can see SPY was at 358 pre-market, and it closed at 372. Well, 370, but it went all the way up to 372. So in other words, it ran up 3.7% from the low pre-market to the high of the day, which is insane. And triple Q in that same time period probably went up even more, from 269 to about 281. That is a move of 4.1%. And you guys can see it did pull back a little bit heading into the close, and here after the bell it is down a little bit, both triple Q and SPY. But overall, I would consider today a successful day for the bulls, no doubt about it. And now if we pull up the 20-day chart, let's start off here on SPY. Let me pull it up and make sure you guys hit that like button again if you all are finding value. So right here, SPY is at a big resistance. Not only the 50 SMA on the 4-hour time frame, but also, if you guys look here, we double bottomed back in July at about 373-ish, and then we ran all the way up to 430 on SPY. Look at where we are now. We failed at 372, essentially right under 373. That was the high of the day, and right now we're at 370. So not only is the 50 SMA a resistance, but this double top, or double bottom rather, from July, which is now a resistance, is also a sticking point. So needless to say, bulls need to get out of 270, or rather 375 here on SPY. 373, but honestly, I'd say 375. And if that were to happen, maybe this rally that we saw today maybe continues in the short term. Maybe. And even if it does, let's say if it does continue in the short term, we break 375, we might have a little bit of a run on SPY based on what I'm seeing here on the 4-hour. You guys can see we have this gap to fill between pretty much the 50 and the 180 SMA. Let's say if we break 375, we might fill the gap to about 390, 395, which is right by the 180 SMA here on the 4-hour on SPY. And that's where we probably will get trapped again. There will be sellers coming in like we saw last time. We got a bit of a relief rally, which was in the beginning of this month. SPY went from 387 to 415. I suspect if we get a similar rally to that, I suspect sellers to come in and essentially have that run be a bull trap. So I'm going to set my alert at 375 on SPY here. Let's do that now. Mark is at or above. Let's create it first of all. Here we go. Mark is at or above 375. And again, if that breaks, all right, we might see a bit of a rally, maybe to about 390, maybe a little bit higher, a little bit lower. Let's see how it plays out, guys. And triple Q, if I pull this up, triple Q right now is at a very similar spot, I'd argue, right? We're at the 50 SMA, which is also a point where we struggled, or rather, this was actually support back in July at about 278, 280, and now obviously we're under it. So if we break this point here, this might have some move, or rather some room on the upside to move. Maybe up to about 290, 295, 300, right by the 180 SMA on this 4-hour. That is where we rallied last time, earlier in September. Triple Q went from 292 to about 312, 314. Hey, if we break the 50 like we did a couple weeks ago, we're probably going to be seeing a little bit more upside. And again, I'm not saying we're going to go to all-time highs, or this, excuse me, this is a full-on breakout or anything crazy like that. I'm just saying short-term rally, which would likely end up being a bull trap where sellers come in and start, pretty much pushing it down again. So what do you guys think about that? Seriously, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And again, don't forget to comment where you're watching this video from. Are you in the U.S.? What state are you in if you're in the U.S.? Or what country are you in if you're watching this outside of the U.S.? So with that being said, let's transition over here to cryptocurrency and see what in the world is going on in the world of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So right now, BTC, and let me actually fix this and actually get a sip of my water as well, guys. Cheers. BTC right now is at 19.5, pretty much just consolidating based on what I'm seeing, although it is up 2.5%. It's pretty much just consolidating at 19.5 to about 20,000. That's where it's been bouncing for the past 10 days. I mean, no joke, since the 18th, 19th of this month. So Bitcoin really, it's got to pick direction, right? We all know at this point, I've said it time and time again on my channel, if this thing breaks under 17.5, it's probably going to start going down to about 15,000, 14.5. That's my prediction. But if we end up holding, not even holding, well, I guess we have to hold and then break out. Now we're holding. Let's see if we break out or end up dumping again. But let's say we break out from here. We take out 22.5. We start pushing 25,000 on Bitcoin. Maybe we'd see a legitimate reversal, maybe back to 30, 33 at that point. But it's a little far-fetched because, guys, we're not even above 20 yet. We're still at 19.5. I'm just playing hypothetical scenarios here and just really talking out loud. So you know what I mean, though, on BTC. If I extend this, or rather just draw a horizontal line, what do we have here? 22.5. If that breaks, 25 is next. What's next after that on this daily chart? 28.8, 30,000. That's where we could be going, in my opinion. So Ethereum, let's pull this up. And again, it's just consolidating right now. We have to really wait and be patient with it. Same with Ethereum, right? It's at 13,500, or not 13,500. That'd be crazy. It's at 1350 right now. It's up 1.5% on the day. And Ethereum is right. It's kind of is this a head and shoulders? I mean, that's not looking good, I'd argue. Let's see here. Yeah, look at that 4-hour head and shoulders, clear as day. We have the right shoulder playing out. Now we're under 14. If this starts getting under, I'd say let's get a horizontal line here. If we start getting under 13, 1250, this is the double top resistance from July, June. If we start getting under that point, we have a gap to fill, like I've been saying, down to 950, maybe 1,000, 1,050 on Ethereum. That's what I'm seeing here on the downside, guys. So what do you think? Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments down below. And if you want 12 stocks from this platform right here that I'm using, which is called Webull, use my link down below, deposit any amount of money, and you get 12 stocks. Each of those, well, actually all of those combined, could be valued up to $30,000. So if you use that link down below, you get some free money. It also helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. And with that being said, let's transition now over to ThinkOrSwim and break down some stocks. Yesterday, I completely forgot to talk about Blackberry, ticker symbol BB, which reported earnings after the bell, if I remember correctly. And the stock really didn't do much today. It's at $5. It went down 2% on the day. They ended up doing, let's see if I could pull it up. Where is it here, guys? They ended up doing $168 million of revenue. They lost $54 million on the quarter. Their margin is 63%, gross margin, it looks like. And what's their EPS? Oh, they lost about 10 cents. All right, or maybe adjusted, they lost 5 cents. Overall, looks like they lost money. I'm not seeing what the estimates are, whether they beat on EPS or they beat on revenue. I'm not seeing anything about that. But overall, guys, it looks like the stock doesn't even care because it's down 2%. It's beaten down very aggressively. Maybe these losses were priced in. It looks like 2 quarters ago they actually eked out a 1 cent profit. I mean, this was back in early April when they reported. Then they lost 5 cents last quarter, and they just lost 5 cents again. So the chart does not look good. In fact, we're probably going to take that $4.70 low out. If I had to guess, I mean, that's where it looks like we're headed. I mean, we have a death cross here. We're under the moving averages. We're probably going to 470, guys, which is where we were in the middle of of May. And like with these, I guess you can still consider Blackberry a Wall Street bet stock. I guess. I don't know. I'm not really in that community personally, but it was at one point. It hasn't really done anything crazy in the past while that I've been watching it here, but at any point, you got to realize with these stocks, they could end up erupting. I mean, we saw what happened with BBY or not BBY, that's Best Buy. BBBY is Bed Bath & Beyond. This went from $4 to about 30 in the span of a couple of weeks, and now we're back to 6. For all we know, and mind you, they report earnings in a day, well, tomorrow in the morning, well, depending on when you're watching this video. If you're watching this video on the 29th of September, they reported earnings this morning. So, yeah, this is a company that could go from $6 to $4. Maybe it takes the lows out from a couple of months ago. Then maybe it goes to $15, $20 like that in a couple of weeks. It could go 4 or 5x. It could is the key word. Could. It's not for sure going to happen, but it's possible, guys, with these stocks. And another one that reported that we got to watch is Paychex, which is up 3.5%, or rather it closed up 3.5% on the day today at about $117 a share. And what we're noticing is we have it head and shoulders. You guys see this on the 1-year chart. I think we called this out in a recent video. So it looks like that's still intact. Obviously, one day of earnings is not going to change that unless we had a crazy day where the stock went up or down 20-30%, which has happened recently. So I can't say it's out of the ordinary. We've seen stocks do that recently, which is pretty crazy. So Paychex did about, let's see here, adjusted EPS of $1.03. The estimate was 97 cents, so they beat on that. And revenue came in at $1.21 billion versus $1.08. Or rather 1.08, not $1.08. I read that wrong. 1.08 billion a year ago, and the estimate was 1.18 billion. So it looks like they beat on revenue, beat on adjusted EPS, and I'm not seeing anything on. Let's see, are they raising? Looks like they raised full year 23 adjusted EPS growth outlook to 11 to 12% from 9 to 10%. That's not bad. And anything on sales guidance? I'm not seeing anything on sales guidance, but overall, the head and shoulders is still there. And we had a 3.5% green day today. And one thing worth mentioning is, let's say I scrap the head and shoulders, forget about the head and shoulders. We're still under the moving averages. We have a death cross. Those are two signs that the bears are in charge here on the 4-hour. But if this stock starts breaking out, I'd say above 120, 125, that is where this stock could really start gaining momentum. Let's see. I'm going to put my alert right above the moving averages. If we start getting out of there, 130s, 40s, that's where this could be going. So that's Paychex. We also had Thor Industries report. Let's pull that up. Ticker symbol THO, I think, right? Or I don't know why it's not working here. Let's see here, guys. THO, there we go. This went up 4% on the day, and I think their earnings came out this morning. Looks like they did $5.15 in EPS versus $3.84, so they crushed that. And revenue came in at $3.82 billion versus $3.68 billion estimated. So they beat on EPS, they beat on revenue. And are we seeing anything on guidance? Thor Industries to provide guidance in conjunction with Q1 earnings release. So when is that? I mean, is that what we just got or not? It says it says they didn't provide outlook amid uncertainty about the economy, consumer demand. So even though they didn't provide guidance, hey, stock's up. They beat on EPS, beat revenue. I guess that's good enough for investors to push this up for a day. So again, 4% green day for Thor. And like the previous one, Paychex, this is also under the moving averages. We have a death cross, and this could very well be a spot where selling pressure comes in. I'd be careful here on Thor, guys, right around the 50 and the 180. If we fail at 75, 77, which it looks like we are a little bit right now, we're not pushing through quite yet. We'll see how the next couple of trading days go. It's going to be one worth watching. If we start pushing out of 80, all right, maybe we start getting a breakout, but we're just not quite there yet. So for now, I'm going to set my alert markers that we're above $80 a share. So let's run through some other stocks. We had a couple of movers today. We talked about Netflix earlier. This ripped. I mean, this thing went up 9.5% today. Absolutely awesome day for Netflix. Looks like the uptrend channel here on the 4-hour chart. That really started in the beginning of May. It started really reversing, heading into June, early July as well. And now it looks like it's starting to break out again. Netflix, again, 9% green day above the moving averages now. Looks like we're about to test the highs from, I think, last week, about 8 days ago, calendar days ago. And if that not 500, it was $500 at one point. Now it's at 250, half of that. If 250 breaks the high from a week ago, we might be going up towards, I'd argue, the top of this channel. This could be anywhere from 265, 60, 270, 75, anywhere in that ballpark. So I like Netflix here in the next couple of days, and a couple of other ones. Let's see what else moved today. Coinbase moved up today. Nothing crazy. Looks like it's trying to get out of this head and shoulders. I'm not trusting it until it does, which it's got some ways to go. It's got to break at least $75, which we're now at 67. Nowhere near that point yet, but keeping an eye on it. CCL, I think, don't they report earnings this week? Yeah, they report on Friday, before the market opens. So keep an eye on this one. 6.7% green day for CCL. Looks like it's holding above $8.75, $9. We're now pushing up towards $10, right by the moving averages. If we do break above $10 a share, I'm going to put my alert there right now. If that point breaks, we got some upside, in my opinion, 11.50. And of course, it all depends on how earnings end up playing out, which I don't gamble on stocks anymore, guys, when it comes to, earnings plays, buying calls, buying puts. I don't do that anymore, very short term wise. So I'm going to let it play out, and I'll see what I'll do from there. And by the way, if you guys haven't subscribed to my second YouTube channel yet, yes, I started a second channel a couple of weeks ago. It's called Stas Talks Money. I'll link it right down below. Go to the description box, click that link, or go to YouTube and type in Stas Talks Money. I have a couple of videos on there, more to come. If you want to subscribe, join the family over there. We're talking more personal finance, general finance content. Go subscribe. I'm not going to just be talking about stocks on there, though. We're talking about everything. More personal videos, too. Go subscribe. I'll see you guys there. And with that being said, let's talk about some other ones. We had PayPal today up 6%. Let's just run through the watch list. PayPal up 6%, right at a big, I'd say this is a big test for the bulls right here. If we can see PayPal break mid-90s back over 100, that's where this could really, really start reversing, but we're not quite there yet. Let's be honest here. Meta was at $132 this morning, closed at $140. What a rip throughout the day, guys. Holy crap, 8% move intraday for Meta. It actually closed not at $140, almost at $142. There's a difference. Guys. So Meta is doing well, or did well today. Shopify went up 5%. Let's pull that up. Pretty solid day for Shop. It looks like it did break trend. We had it here in this channel a couple of weeks ago. It did break that trend clearly, which is not good. But if it could retake 30, 32, $33, hey, that's going to be an interesting spot, in my opinion, for Shopify. What other ones did we have? We called out Run a couple of days ago, which is Sunrun. This is right by a big support at the bottom of this channel. If buyers come in here, which they're slowly doing, and went up 2.7%, if this continues, we could see Sunrun start moving up mid-30s, maybe even higher if it's able to break those moving averages. What else? ChargePoint we called out earlier. That's looking pretty decent. Alibaba, let's see these Chinese stocks. They look like crap in the short term. Chinese stocks, Alibaba, TCHY, what's this one? TCEHY is 10 cent. Not looking good. JD's not looking good. Oil stocks didn't do well today, they did well today, but they haven't been doing well. Today we had XLE up over 4%. Pretty nice day. Lowe's, let's see this. Lowe's went up on the day. This looks like it might break out soon. We're not really seeing any big signs of it, but if we do take out the neckline of this head and shoulders, which you guys can clearly see, we are in a head and shoulders right now. If this does break, we might have some legitimate upside, but we're not seeing that yet. So for that reason, I'm going to set about a $200 alert on Lowe's, and we'll watch it. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap the video up. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to my second channel. Link down below. And you could also get 15 stocks from Moomoo with a $100 deposit. Link down below. Each of those could be up to $2,000, and you can get 12 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.